In the book of 2 Peter chapter 2 verse 9, there is a special verse of scripture that I'd like to bring to your attention today. It's a verse that lifts up the ability of God. And my friend, if there is anybody that you want to be on your side, standing alongside of you, it is God. Look at what the verse says. Then the Lord knows how to deliver the godly out of temptation and to reserve the unjust under punishment for the day of judgment. God knows how to deliver the righteous or the godly out of temptation. Think about your own life. Think about your own experience. Think about the challenges you have faced. Think of the many voices that are there beckoning you to come, challenging you to deviate from the path you have established or you know that has been established for you. We live in a world where there are many and varied temptations. This verse of scripture in 2 Peter chapter 2 is set in the context of a perverse and wicked generation. If you are familiar with the Bible, I will reference you to the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. The city of Sodom and Gomorrah were terrible cities. Evil was rampant. And it is in that setting that Peter is referencing and reflecting, and he's saying that God knows. But look at what he says earlier in that passage. It says, "For if God did not spare the angels who sinned, but cast them down to hell and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved for judgment, and did not spare the ancient world, but saved Noah, one of 8 individuals." Look at what is happening here. God got to the point where he had to destroy the entire antediluvian world. But not just that. God also is letting us know that he has reserved the angels who are mightier and was created at a higher level than us human beings. They are reserved for punishment. Now, when you look at this, knowledge is power. And so it says here that God knows how to deliver or the godly out of temptation. In other words, as you go through life, you know, or at least you need to know, that no matter what comes to you, that God knows how to deliver you. In fact, it's not just that God knows how to deliver you. In fact, Paul in 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13 gives even further detail. In fact, I want to go there with you. It says in verse 13, it says, "No temptation has overtaken you except such as is common to men. But God is faithful, who will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you're able, but with the temptation will also make a way of escape, that you may be able to bear it." We're not asking God, and we should not ask God to live and exist in a world where there's no temptation. What we need to know is that with every temptation, God has already made a way of escape. So our prayer on a daily basis should be, "Lord, when the temptation comes, give me the wisdom, give me the insight, give me the ability to not only recognize the temptation, but also to choose the path that will lead me away from the temptation." I have great confidence in your ability, because you say you know how to deliver the godly. And the devil might even bring the question into my mind, how godly are you? Well, if I'm not godly, then I'm not entitled to deliverance. But here is what I know that you have done. I know that you justify the ungodly. And so I am not godly because of what I do. I am godly because you have justified me. You have made me godly. And I'm so glad today that you know how to deliver. And because you know, you will do what you know, and you have the power to do what you know to do. And you also have the power to show me how to escape from temptation. So my friend, today, when you go out and you're tempted and challenged by your friends, when you're tempted and challenged by those around you, remember, you don't have to give in to that temptation. You don't have to fall prey to it. Remember, God knows how to deliver you. And with every temptation, He makes a way of escape. Oh, my friend, why don't you ask God today to not only deliver you, but to show you how to escape temptation. You will not be tempted above what you're able to bear. God bless you.